Morning, guys. Well, it's still dreary out, but according to the weather, it's not supposed to rain today, so I might be able to go walking. Not positive. Not positive. Yesterday, I didn't get to exercise at all because of the rain. Oh my goodness, it was pouring the rain so hard again, like it did last week. And it's not like the lake and the rivers are already flooded their banks, but I understand there is a hurricane down around the Mexico Bay, and so, yes, of course, we're getting the effects from that. So, um, I'm going to attempt to go walking, and hopefully it won't rain. But today is day 61, and as of this morning, I have lost another pound. So that makes 10 pounds in 61 days. But I went back to the very first video that I'd done 3 months ago where I was standing in front of my door in the living room, and I'd said I was 220. So actually in 3 months, I have lost 13 pounds. That's quite a bit. And, you know, I'm glad I'm not 220 anymore, honestly. That really takes a toll on the body. It does. Okay. I'm going to read you some more out of the book. First, I'm going to finish reading you a little bit more about Mrs. Shamlin so that you know more about her and how she ended up going about with this Ray Down plan. And then I'm going to read you a couple excerpts out of from kind of like from around the first of the book, and then for the last of the book in phase 2 where you're going through the wilderness. Then I'm going to read you a testimony and show you the picture of someone who had lost 130 pounds. So let's go on ahead and read some more about her so that you understand more about her. Now this is about Mrs. Shamlin. The most common diet regimen I used looked something like this. Morning was starvation, noon was lettuce, Italian dressing, and a diet soda, and in the evening I allowed myself a few exchanges. Now this was while she was in college. I would then try to jog on the tracks at night. I could tolerate this regimen until Thursday night, but the thought of the fun planned for the weekend would always tempt me into letting go. Once I was off of my diet, watch out. I would mix up a batch of cookie dough and eat much of the raw batter as much as the baked. I never had a lot of confidence that exchange lists would work for me because I was so good at cheating. For instance, usually by Tuesday I had borrowed all the fats and carbohydrates for the entire week, and by Thursday I had eaten most of the optional calories allowed for the month. The whole situation seemed hopeless, especially during evening temptations. At 9 o'clock at night, when everyone else was eating a Shelburne Towers famous kielbasa deli sandwich with smoked cheddar cheese, Clausen pickle, chips, and a diet soda, I would look on my sheet of paper and see that all I had left was a fruit exchange. I did not want fruit. Proponents of exchange lists would always say, all you have to do is move the exchanges over, and when you are done for the day, you are through. Wrong. That is when the problem begins. Temptations such as these seemed to make me graze through the whole kitchen for anything but fruit. The ever-vigilant scales always told the truth of my wasted efforts. I had netted no weight loss. I was getting nowhere. But I refused to acknowledge defeat and would use my own strength to start over again on Monday morning on the same regimen with hopes that I could pull it off this time. It was baffling me since I seemed to be fairly successful at other things in my life. Why couldn't I do this? I started to feel that something was wrong with me. I started to feel like a failure for the first time in my life. and that started affecting other areas of my life. Somehow, in my degree studies, I saw that virtually none of the experts saw fit to mention our Creator. This made me suspicious of some of the theories that were being offered in dietetics. I just did not buy the idea that all overweight was a result of genetics or was inherited. Making the food behave by dieting did not add up either. It never explained how my grandparents were at their right weight while eating bacon and eggs every day. In fact, they had never heard of light cream cheese and skim milk. They had the best of the best coconut cakes, homemade ice cream, and pecan pies. Fried chicken and bread and butter were not condemned. Food was enjoyed, and diets and exercise were never a part of the conversation. We had delightful, real foods at my grandmother's house and great-grandparents' houses, and all were at their ideal rates. All except me, the highly educated dietetic student and professional dieter. My studies kept me up to date on efforts to change the food content and on the dangers of too much fat and too much sugar. We touched the edge of behavioral approaches to weight loss, and I felt as if that was much closer to the answer than the study of food content. However, parking my car in a more distant parking lot and putting my fork down between bites did not stop the desire in my heart to continue chewing through the refrigerator and pantry contents at 10 o'clock at night when no one was looking. Behavior modification techniques were not the answer either. A friend who lived in the apartment next to me was skinny, very skinny. I decided to interview her. Why have skinny people not been a resource for overweight people over the years? There are several reasons. Thin people have learned to avoid threatening conversations that start off asking, "How come you are so skinny?" or "How can you eat chocolate pie and not gain weight?" Skinny people are well aware of their unpopular position in life. They are also aware that they are doomed no matter what answer they give. If they have bought the genetic or inherited theories and answer, "I guess God just made me this way," that would insinuate that God just made the fat person fat. That is like signing their own death warrant, and if not, the answer is likely to cost them a friendship. If they answer, "Well, I don't know, I guess I eat less food than you," they have again threatened the friendship. So they politely answer, "I don't know, and I never see you eat anything," and then they quickly change the subject. Therefore, since I knew that I would get nowhere by asking any questions, I asked my skinny friend if I could just watch her and write down what she ate in the next 48 hours. And if you all want to do this, if you're deciding that you want to try to weigh down and work with me on it, she says, "By the way, this is your first assignment to watch someone who does not diet or exercise for weight loss and has been thin all their life. If you want to do that, go on ahead." I had kind of watched my son, but that didn't work. He had been thin. He was so thin that they even thought I was malnourishing him. And no, he ate. He ate. I tried to copy him, but of course, him being a growing boy, that didn't work. Don't ever copy a growing boy. It just don't work. So let me mark this because I'm not going to reveal the results today. So hold on just a second. Let me mark this. Okay. This is what I'd said about yesterday. Do you have to be religious to do the program? Here's her answer. For those of you who do not feel particularly religious, do not worry. You have exactly what you need to be able to do this program. You see, each of us has a heart to worship, and we all adore something. That tells us we have the capacity to give our heart to something. The question is, can you transfer your devotion from one thing to another? The answer is yes. Giving our hearts over to something is a learned process and can be relearned. For example, some people enjoy sports, but other people seem to worship sports. Some people enjoy material things, but other people seem to worship things. Some people use money, but other people will do anything to get it. Some people use food for fuel to run the body, and some people dream about food. Some of these dreamers have been known to get up in the morning and find the bony remains of fried chicken on their chest. This old relationship with food can be transferred to a relationship with God or to a heart for God. In the past, you may have loved the feeling of planning a binge and dreaming over recipes, cookbooks, and magazines that have food plans and pictures of food. You may have looked forward to the feeling of waiting for everyone to go to bed, and they had better not get back up out of bed. So you could prepare, cook, and consume the food without the judgment of anybody. Good news is that you can relearn how to get that feeling from the Lord. When you learn to get this happy feeling from finding God, you will experience much more fulfillment. Binging out on seeking God has no yucky, guilty, depressing side effects. In other words, it is possible to let go of that old way of having fun and replace it with something so much more filling, yet with no calories. By choosing this new path, you will lose weight and never regain the weight. I know some of you are reading in disbelief. I can hear you thinking, you're telling me that if I am not hungry and want to eat a pan of brownies, that I should go to the Bible and read it instead? This concept is not pie in the sky. Keep reading. I dare you to let me prove this to you. Thousands of people have taken the Ray Down Workshop seminar or have read this book. They no longer get this binge high from food, but from focusing completely on our true Heavenly Father and trying to please Him. Jesus said, "My food is to do the will of Him who sent me and to finish His work." And that's in John 4:34, if any of you want to see. Some people have experienced a high when they became involved in exercise. While the high is not wrong, it is not complete. And usually, obsessive, tedious exercise to become thin eventually wears thin if the exercise is self-focused rather than God-focused. Exercise, like food, must also be put in its place and not worshipped, but enjoyed. The transfer to a heavenly focus from a focus on food, exercise, or anything else is much more delightful and fulfilling. It has so many rewards that you will never want to return to giving your heart to anything else. So in other words, if you don't believe in God, but you do want to lose weight and you would like to try this, if you've tried other diets that failed on you, or you don't trust other diets, but you would like to try this, as she said, find interest in other things that's more appealing to you than food. That way you're allowing your body to learn to recognize the hunger and then to recognize when it's satisfied and full and you don't need another bite. If you find that you're wanting to munch around and just more or less overindulge or glutton, find something else that's just appealing to you and put your focus on it instead. If you want to paint or go for a walk or watch a specific movie without having something on your lap, because I know one thing, it is one cool thing to sit and watch a movie and eat. So if sitting and watching television also urges you to eat as well, find something that doesn't cause you to want to eat. So yeah, if you're not into God, if you're not into a relationship with Him, or you don't believe in Him but you want to lose the weight and you're interested in this, find something else that's even more interesting to you. That's all she's basically saying. But I tell you what, it does make it easy if you do know God, or if you have a relationship with God. It makes it so very easy. It really does. How do you lose weight? Once you stop going to food for sensual indulgence, escape, spacing out, a tranquilizing effect, comfort, and so on, and start swallowing regular foods only when your stomach growls, you will swallow or eat just 1/2 to 1/3 of what you used to swallow. The desire eating goes away. That means you will lose weight. You will be able to do this. It happens naturally. You will not have to measure the food or count the grams. Your stomach will guide you. The volume of food decreases as you focus on hunger and fullness. Thousands of ex-dieters are doing this within 24 hours of starting the Ray Down. That's simple, guys. Okay, that is for tomorrow. So, let me put this slip over here. Okay, this is out of phase 2, and this is about being in the wilderness for those of us who knows about the Israelites when God took them out of Egypt. This book is written for those who want to live out the truth. Those of you who try to incorporate the truths set before you will find out if they are genuine or not. This has always been the barometer in my life. If a principle is from God, it will bear fruit. It will give you peace that is virtually free of anger, and it will liberate you from compulsive behaviors. You will ultimately feel a deep, loving nature permeating your soul, in contrast to an unloving nature at the root and base of your soul. So see, this book isn't so much to contrast, but it's just to explain the truth. You all can take it at that or not. I'm never going to force the Ray Down plan on you all. It is a choice of yours. If you don't want to ever attempt the Ray Down to lose weight, that's fine. It doesn't bother me if you do or don't. If you do, I'm very happy for you, and I'm sure that you will find the results very satisfying. But if you're happy with whatever other plan you're on, keep doing it. As long as you're staying healthy and you're losing the weight, keep doing it, by all means. Most of us have lived long enough to know that if you have been delivered from compulsive behaviors and you now get it, you were blind but now you see, and suddenly you read the Old and New Testaments with understanding, then God has to be involved. In other words, most people recognize that it has to be attributed to God's truths, for only God could have saved them from entrenched overeating, drug dependence, and depression. These are not small matters. We are talking about prisoners unchained and captives set free, broken hearts that no bypass operation could remedy, being restored. This is bigger than the Berlin Wall coming down. It will be very hard to keep this kind of rescue cry across the world. So, some people really do find that certain diet plans seriously work for them. They do. And I am so happy for anyone's success and any one plan that they're doing, no matter what plan that may be. I'm very happy for you all. And as I'd said before, if you can do it for a lifetime, that is terrific. But for others who so struggle, no matter what diet plan you're on, I myself have tried different ways. I tried doing vinegar. Oh my goodness. It didn't work. I tried to make myself enjoy vegetables and just do vegetables, or at least have more vegetables in my dish, even if I had meats. I'm not a very big vegetable lover. There's very few vegetables I actually like. I have tried the diet shakes. There was one program that was in my first for Women magazine where you would do a protein shake in the morning, and then on the last day of the week, the entire day, nothing but the protein shakes. I tried that. Oh my goodness, I stayed so starved. I mean, seriously. That was I have tried cutting out certain foods, seriously cutting out certain foods, and I didn't necessarily get anywhere, but I did find myself going back to eating those foods. I actually went back to, more or less, I ended up binging on them. So, yeah, I had been in prison to different diet plans, different ways, and when I attempted to do this plan, I didn't feel bound or chained anymore. I had the freedom to eat whatever I had a taste for. But I had to develop learning to listen to my body when it was hungry and stopping when I was satisfied. So I think the biggest difference, the really biggest difference for anybody else, and it includes me, is your environment. The way it was when I was married to my first husband, he was on disability. So therefore, we was living on food stamps, and I was trying so hard to buy foods to last throughout the month. And I never bought junk food, ever. I always bought food for us. But as it went, no matter how hard I juggled, we always ran out of food by about the second to 2.5 weeks later. And so the last couple weeks would be really rough in the month. And so any food that we got hold of, any food, it didn't matter what it was, we would eat it. It didn't matter. And so it got rough like that. And so when my daughter's boyfriend moved in with us, and he was bringing home all this kind of junk food, and we would be on the starvation end of the month, I automatically went to indulging on that, and that's what ended up breaking my weight loss. That's what ended up breaking my weight loss, because where I was so hungry, and that was at the touch. But for here, with my new husband, he is very supportive. We're never ever out of food, and we have the freedom to bring home stuff or not, and I'm not bothered by that. I'm not bothered by that. But my second husband is a Christian man, and he prays for me. He prays with me. He agrees with me. He supports me. So it makes a very big difference what environment you're in. Seriously, it does. It does. It makes a difference. It makes a difference of what company you end up in. What do you want, baby? You want your mouse? Did you get your mouse? Hold on a minute, guys. I threw her mouse, and I kind of hid it for her so that she'd have to look for it, and apparently she can't find it or can't get it one. Hold on a second. So anyway, I'm not wanting this video to be as long as it was yesterday. My videos are at least going to be half as long, because I am going to be reading the experts out of here. So the last thing that I'm wanting to show you is this. And this is a testimony that I told you about. His name is Nathan Kalatsky. I put this in position here for you. Okay, see if you can see that. Okay, there you go, see? He was pretty large there, and that's how he looks, 130. Let me read you his testimony. At 18 years old, I think I experienced one of the scariest things ever, and that was finding out that I weighed 291 pounds. I was at the doctor's office for the first time in 6 or 7 years when I was told that frightening truth, and I just knew I would never be a thin person. Little did I know that God's timing was the most amazing thing, because the next day a friend's mother was listening to my health concerns and told me that there was a program at church that I could join. I didn't even know the philosophy of the program, but I'd heard how effective it was, so I asked where to sign up. I soon came to find out that a youth worker I have known for years was an instructor and had been praying for me. After talking to her, I started the program. Within 2 weeks, God began to change my life inside and out. The Ray Down workshop is literally the best thing I've ever done. My first intentions were to lose weight, but God had much more in store for me than I could ever imagine. I now have the desire to be in God's Word. There is also a constant hunger and thirst in my heart to grow and mature in my Christian walk. After battling depression and low self-esteem for many years, God began to deliver me from those when I submitted to complete obedience. I have found that when I am willing to die to my will and submit my heart to total obedience to Christ, I am so happy that nothing can bring me down as low as I was. The transitions taking place in my life made Satan very upset, and he found a way to attack me. Some people don't understand that this is God's way, the only way, and the world has blinded their eyes to the truth. I have found a family in my Ray Down class that truly supported me and was able to give me the encouragement I needed. The very best thing I have experienced through the Ray Down workshop is the escalation in my spiritual growth. The 130 pounds I lost in 8 months are only a side effect and a physical sign of obedience. God has truly blessed me beyond measure, and the only way I know to thank Him is by my obedience and submission. The desires in my heart for growth in Christ can never be fully expressed on paper, but God knows my heart, and I praise His holy name for what He has done for me. So, through this young man's testimony, guys, and it seriously dawned on me just reading it, because I've read it before, but it seriously dawned on me just now reading it. Even though the Ray Down plan is to lose weight, its biggest thing is to get people to grow closer to God, for them to learn more of the Creator of their body. This young man grew to know his Lord even more through the Ray Down workshop. And on top of that, he lost 130 pounds. So this isn't just about weight loss. It's about increasing your walk with Jesus Christ. I look forward to the days ahead when I grow even closer to my Lord, as I continue to lose weight doing this plan. It is so worth it, y'all, whether or not you want to try it for yourself. I hope that you would, and that you'd be satisfied with it, but I'm never going to make you. I'm just going to continue reading bits and pieces of it out of the book and let you decide for yourself. It's up to you entirely. So, while there's still time on this clock, let's go on ahead and get some exercises in. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I'm going to have very shapely shoulder blades, y'all. Very shapely shoulder blades. You know, I'd always used to feel good about my back because my sister-in-law's back was always bigger. And then one day I discovered my back was fat too. I no longer felt that way. It's a difference which you find on yourself that you no longer feel about someone else. Let's go on ahead and get down on the floor. Okay, let's go on ahead and work on the thighs. My baby girl decided to come back. She decided to come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That's my girl. Okay, while we're in this, we'll go on ahead and do our half sit-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, crunches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's always good to work this. Always good to work this. Let's go on ahead and turn over and do our planks and push-ups. She's waiting. She's waiting for me to find it for her. Okay, let's go on ahead with our push-ups. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. I can hardly wait till I get strong enough to do an even more count with a more lower drop. That's going to be terrific. Oh, my baby. Mommy loves her girl. Okay, let's go ahead and do plank. 30 count. Make sure I'm in the frame. Alright, and now to finish it off, let's do the donkey kicks. I saw that I had failed to do the last method the other time, so we'll make sure to remember that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Ow! Oh yeah, you can feel that in the back of that thigh. Just where you want it. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Oh boy. Yeah. That really works those back of those thighs, guys. And one extra thing, when you have to turn around and put a lot of the weight onto the side that you'd already worked, you're also feeling the burn in your butt. Seriously. You're feeling the burn in the quicker boost. So, ooh yeah. Good stretch. Yeah. It's always good to stretch. It's good to stretch before you exercise too, and I keep failing to do that. Don't copy that part of me. Y'all stretch first. Alright. And that does it for our exercise here today. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.